Three-phase football, touchdowns from all three phases. Look at that. Were you predicting a 70-point when you were dreaming about this one? Were you predicting a 70-point game?
Well, I think we had a scoop and score last game too, and it's nice to see another one, right? I thought that whole play was executed extremely well from the front. Willie getting the ball out, a young guy and Jay picking it up rather than laying on it, because there's an instinct to just jump on it right there. And we'll work on his ball security as he crosses the goal line. But and then Trey, I think the feeling inside, this building has been it's just going to be a matter of time for that kid to break one, and lo and behold, he has two.
Like you said, it seemed like before this game, he was just that close. He was, one missed tackle away from breaking it. It was really interesting to talk to him in the room after the game. He's talking about learning how to be a pro. He's talking about how much pressure he puts on himself.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he was enjoying himself.
That's high end sport. I think you interview Olympic athletes or pro athletes, all different across various sports. I think at some point they all have to learn to enjoy it a little more, because it's always what I should have done better or what I could do more of. The mistakes. You remember the mistakes more than you remember that peak emotion of crossing the goal line after scoring. I think, you go back and watch a whole game. I bet you he's thinking about another play he wants to have back, right? Which is, they're too young to be thinking that way. They need to enjoy it more. But I think that's across the board, across the globe, and high-end elite athletes.
You seem to make it a little bit harder than you should have on yourselves at the end there. What was the logic behind throwing that ball? It seemed like you got that first down so you could get into a position.
Yeah, you see how stacked the box is. There's throws on the board there. At some point you have to do that too, right? But I'm okay with that. It's just, they're going to load the box. You do have to make them pay at some point, right? So,
I was curious. The rules probably better than anybody. In that play where it looked like they were interested in challenging when you got the two penalties, the offside and defensive pass interference. And it looked like they were interested in challenging that defensive pass for defensive pass interference or whatever. If you accept the one penalty, deny the offside, can they challenge that penalty?
That's a good one.
And if they win, can they do you lose it?
Get the other one back?
Yeah.
That's a long email to Hackwood, to Darren Hackwood. I don't know. I think we'll have to chat that one out. I can't see how two penalties against would end up benefiting the opposition. I just think common sense would prevail and say it shouldn't be how that works out. Like the interception in the end zone, then a fumble, and then batted out of bounds. There's nothing that's going to make that play good for Calgary in the end unless they land on it in the end zone. That play we're talking about. I think it's the same thing. Two penalties against the opposition. How, no matter what I choose, how could that end up benefiting them? I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Just last one. Turnovers obviously are a killer. You get out of this one with the win, but how do you reduce those? I think it's 21 in 4 games.
Yeah, that's a lot. I think what matters most is what we do going forward. And like you said, we address it every week. We just have to be really conscientious with the football and decision making.
And what about the defensive game plan tonight? A lot of knockdowns, a lot of pressure. What were your thoughts kind of on that?
Yeah, I thought overall the entire team, as we talked about three-phase, I thought there was moments in the game where each phase stood up and fixed something that happened just before, right? So we throw a pick, and then we have a goal line stand and hold them, we get out in their field, we strip the ball away, score, they score, we return one right back for a score. I thought there was a lot of good stuff in that regard. Do I like all the stuff that went on in that second half? No, I think we can be smarter, but that's something to fix for tomorrow. We're going to enjoy this one tonight.
And Willie, 5 knockdowns, I think.
4 for sure.
4 anyway, for sure.
Yeah.
And also to cost the fumble that led to the touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a great game. He had a great game. I thought the whole front, like I said, they did really well and made a lot of plays. I don't know what the numbers are or whatever, but it seemed like they batted down a lot of balls. I don't think it was just him batting balls down. I think some other guys got their hands on it. It seemed like there was a lot of tip balls at the line, which means they're not just getting their hands up. It seemed like they were getting some pressure and reestablishing the line of scrimmage further back and then getting their hands up. It wasn't like they were just standing there at the line. I thought there was some good movement up front.
And just the last one for me, that challenge on the Coxie bomb at the end of the game there, did you see that like that was a no-doubter for you, or were you kind of...
No, once again, it's really about whether you think you can win it. I'm not throwing that... I'm not just taking a stab at it and throwing the flag before the whistle even blows, So it's on the far sideline. I'm not going to have as great a vision of it, so I want to verify it. Certainly thinking about throwing it because it looked like our guy, I think it was Butter. I think he sort of got ejected back towards the sideline, which means he got sort of tossed there because he wouldn't make, that's not a natural movement at that point in the play. So our guys verified it up top, and it turns out to be a good challenge.
Coach, last week in Toronto, we talked about the tackling. You said too many missed tackles. Did you feel like your club was better in that regard today? Yeah,
I thought we certainly wrapped up better, and there were certainly more guys to the party. Some of their guys are pretty big, right? So at times you bounce off a little bit on the initial, but I thought our guys did a damn good job of rallying to the ball.
You obviously made 3 changes in your secondary, rotating some guys, a personnel change. Did you feel like you did a better job of contesting catches, tightening windows, that unit?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I also think the pressure, I think they're all working together. All 12 guys have got a good understanding of what it's going to take, and they're all working together. But yeah, did we tighten up in the back end? Yeah, but I thought we were good in the front end, and then Tony Jones comes up with a great interception on the when we needed it. Once again, it's, one phase saving another phase's ass, so it's good. That kind of team football is what you want to get to.
Obviously, Serge made the second kick, but he had to kick that last one twice. Can you explain?
Yeah, I got to get a timeout in there. That's the bottom line.
So just a misalignment?
Yeah. So I should be calling a timeout there to get us realigned.
Quentin Cooley dresses tonight. No offensive touches. He's back on 2 kickoffs, muffs 1, and lets another bounce. Interesting decision to have him back there. What was it that made you want to put him there back?
Well, because he can do it, and we trust him, and there's just a miscommunication on that one. Obviously, if they're kicking away from Trey and they're putting the ball in those areas, we should be getting good field position, right? Yeah. I remember specifically a game in my mind where they absolutely kicked away from our returner all game long, and we ended up with great field position all game long. So if they want to do that, we should make them pay for it. And there's just a miscommunication. We handled the first one with Shane backing up, and the instructions are don't back up, go block, right? And whether Trey's got enough time to get there, there's communication from both ends, and it amounts in a ball getting on the ground and us losing it. But we turned the ball over right after, right? I think that was Jones. Yeah, that was Scoop's pick. So great job having our back, and it's just one of those things that we need to be better at.
So, but something you're confident you can clean up, because I'd imagine after tonight teams will be kicking away from Trey for the foreseeable future.
We'll see. Some teams won't. Some teams will put it on him and see what he can do and trust their coverage, right? It's just a matter of choice with what the head coach and the special teams coordinator want to do on the opposition. But as far as Cooley goes, complete trust in that kid. They all want to do it right, and when there's that miscommunication, it's hard to, we just have to clean that part up, but complete faith in that guy.
Last one for me, Jackson Jeffcoat in the locker room. I think Willie was only half joking when he said he was trying to get Jackson out of retirement. Are you on that campaign trail as well to try to bring him back?
I love Jackson. He did a lot for us. He played hard every single down, and it was tough to not have him here. It's nice that he's decided to pop in and come back. I'm sure, I don't know how easy that is for anybody, right? Some time has passed, but I like our team.
But it's just a social visit.
Yeah, it's just a social visit.
Yeah.
Okay. I love Jackson though. Great guy.
Thanks, Osh.